Hey guys, this is a '05 Honda Accord, and so I'm taking the transmission out, but at the same time I had to pull the starter out, and since it's such a pain in the butt to get to, I figured I'd show you guys how I did it so you don't have to take your intake off to get to it. I saw another one how another guy did it, but I think this way is a tad easier. So what I did first thing, since I was already pulling the motor, you gotta drop the motor down to get the transmission out. So I have already just taken apart my hoses, which all I did was I just clamped them down. They automatically self-lock, so once you get that done, the other one on the bottom, all I did was pull the pin out right there, then wiggle this part out. Sometimes they get stuck on the hoses, so I went ahead and pulled it out. And then once I did that, all you do is just hit the little clips right here, disconnect your fans. Okay, and then on the right side down here where the wire comes in, you'll have a couple of little, they're clipped in, you're gonna have to pull those out. Once that's done, the radiator comes out so easy. I've already drained the radiator fluid, so pretty much at that point, I just pull out the radiator. So next step you're gonna need is a 17 millimeter. And the other thing that I do, so that way you don't damage your fins, I usually put a piece of cardboard. That way if you slip with the ratchet, you won't damage your AC unit. So I have this right here. I also have this breaker, well, it's a longer flex head Craftsman. And then you're gonna need, and this is the bottom bolt. I've already taken it out, but I'm gonna show you where it was. This was holding in the transmission, so I had to take this bolt out anyways, which is part of the starter. This is 17 millimeter. The other one you're going to need on the top is a 12 millimeter wrench. And then you're going to need, this was my little idea how to do it. I took a short 14 millimeter, then a flexible extension right there, and then two longer extensions. And believe it or not, this setup works perfect. But this is how I do it. I literally, I stick this guy on the bolt first. Okay, once you get this 14 millimeter in there, then I come in and I take my hand up from underneath, right above where the motor mount is, and I reach my hand up in there. I'll stick the socket on the bolt, and then I come in from behind on the side and I clip it into place. And then from there, I take the other extension, clip it right on into it, and then attach it. So let me go ahead and get the camera, get this set up, and I'll get the camera down and show you. It's kind of hard to do, you know, holding the camera and showing it at the same time. Now, I went ahead and put it on there. I've got the flashlight pointing over where the socket is right there. And from there, you can put another extension, come out to the top right here, put your ratchet on it, and unbolt your top bolt. Yes, that thing is a pain in the butt. I unplugged the plug. There's a plug down there too, just to get it out of the way so it wouldn't get damaged when I was in there with all this. So the next step is you're gonna have to take off the bottom bracket down here, right there, 214 millimeters, and once that's off there, actually it looks like 217 millimeters. So once that's off there, you want to go ahead and pull the top of the bracket off the motor mount right here. And once that's removed, you can pretty much drop the starter right through here is where you're going to drop the starter down. Once that's out of there, that's your starter. You can go ahead and put it back in. It's a lot easier to work with once the radiator's out. But that's pretty much your starter. Yes, it's a pain in the butt. Okay guys, that's your starter right here. So this is the starter. This is where the 17 millimeter bolt I was telling you was at, that I've already removed. And this is the bracket, and this is why I told you all it is a little cover on top of your motor mount. And once you remove this out of the way, it gives you the extra space you need to wiggle the starter out of here. So this is from the underneath side, and since I'm already pulling the transmission down, it's in a way where I can get the camera in here and show you guys. You can pretty much, when you have one hand in the top, all you do is you unplug this guy right here. There's a 12 millimeter bolt on top. That's your wire. Make sure you undo the battery. That way you don't cause all sorts of sparking and arcing and stuff like that. All right, as you see, it's pretty much that's all it is. Bolt's going right back on right now. I don't even have to stick my hand in there except for when I put the extension on the swivel. And that is putting your starter back on. A little bit easier way than the other ones that you've seen. And that's torquing it up right now. Now I just got to put the 17 in on the bottom and I'm good to go. And by the way, there's what I use right here. And don't forget to plug in the little plug that's down there so that way you don't have other issues when you start the car up. That's your starter. Hope you guys enjoyed it.